for Jones. He has room past the 25. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First down, and they go right back to it. Breaks free in the center of the field. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. This is Allen to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's ETN on 1st down. That's a nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. Give him 24 yards on that one. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Jaguars 1st down. Easy route. 1st and 10.
From the red zone on 1st. Has him on the quick hitter. Has room into the secondary. Oh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, go! Son, great job. Here we go.
Etienne does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Working quickly here. They're going to run with Etienne. And he's going to be stopped. 3rd goal winds up losing yardage. And now, Brock, will they challenge them again on 4th and goal? 4th down, pass coming. And he won't come through on 4th and goal. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And this is a tough one. Met back at his own 2-yard line for the loss.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 2-yard line.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. The Vikings hold both a football and a solid lead as they try to close this one out. Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Dive play straight ahead. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Buys time, rolling right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. And this is touchdown right at the 35. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10.
Lisa 24. Hey, Kim. Hey.
Back now, pressure coming. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Jen, left. Here we go.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throw cut by his running back. And this one has no shot. They're on him quick, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Straight ahead they go with Jones. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Jones once more. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They gain 11 on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Vikings in very good shape, up by 15. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It can be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
This is Mason on 2nd down. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. That one's caught by Jefferson. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
So they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's first and goal. They're going to pass it here. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a 3-score game in the fourth. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Reichard on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings grow the lead now to 22 points. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's first and 10.
Hey, Lion! Run! It's on! Here we go.
Now Lawrence. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
First and 10 from the 43. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. On him quick, and they bring him down. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's second and 14. Looking to throw. McCarthy escapes the pocket. That's completed right side. And talk about a good game when they needed it. That's 13 on second down. Now only a yard to go here on third. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on third and 1. Escapes out to the left. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Looks like they want to squeeze every point they can out of this game. Field goal team is out there. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And their lead grows further to 25 points.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And save for a few moments in that opening quarter, Brock, they pitched a shutout defensively that in the end was the impetus for the victory. They're going to be bummed not to have that goose egg on the board at the end of this one, no doubt, but a performance to be lauded nonetheless. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.
Typical body of a dominance, that's so typical. Turn like a god, that's so typical. Still more than, that's so typical. Don't wanna talk about
spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Coming up, well, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings and themselves. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. McCarthy going to put it up right away. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And brought down, but not before reaching the... We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And this is going to be 49er football. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all. And now it's just words because they talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jennings. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Pass caught by Pearsall. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Purdy. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy taking it in from 11 yards out. And the 49ers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there. And now a run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to it. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive. Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense, hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Pass complete to Addison. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw McCarthy. A check down here to Jones. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. He'll try and do this himself. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to them. 15 big yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Purdy from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Shotgun now with Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Ryan Wright now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken around the 12. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Purdy. This is Jennings. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 3rd and 4. Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Final play of the half. Purdy. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2 yards to go, second down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Purdy now to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They go play action here. Purdy. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 55 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now a 2nd and 6. Now Purdy. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever they do. Let's find out.
Look at you, man of the people.
Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Purdy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 38 yards. And the Vikings, first down. First down at the 41-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here now, 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always...
So try it again. Started me over right back at the end.
When was the last time you were afraid? I haven't been afraid a day in my life.
The dead don't die, the heart still beats, head held high, I haunt these streets, life still me 100,000 times. You can try, you can try.
Now from downtown Minneapolis, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Oh, and he gets it all wrong. Penalty flag's going to come in and mark this one out beyond the 40-yard line. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Gets to the edge at the 30. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They get 24 on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Barkley running left. A dive, and he's in! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And now they want to show they mean business here. Offense going to remain out there and try for 2. To throw is Hurts. That is caught. They get the 2-point conversion. What a start to this one. An 8-0 edge.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Reed Blankenship coming up from his safety spot to make the stop. So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Up the middle. Here's Jones. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage, and I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
They run it once more with Jones. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. It'll be a Vikings first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now McCarthy. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship